What's up, guys? So I'm making this video today. I wanted to do a video because I actually just had this conversation that I'm about to have on this camera with Standing on Second, and I explained it really well and realized that there's probably a lot of you out here that are thinking the same thing he was, but by the end of the conversation I think he understood, and he actually suggested I do a video on this too. So if you follow any kind of gun social media aside from mine, which if you're only following mine, you're doing it wrong. Anyways, so if you follow any social media, you'll know that Reid, Henrichs, and let's see, who's this other guy? Shooter's Mindset. Honestly, I've never heard of Shooter's Mindset, but I'll go check them out as soon as all this controversy is over. They got a, he said banned, which I think a lot of you probably think it is a ban, but it's not. It's a temporary suspension. So I want to make that clear right now. And if you watch, Reid has a video on full30.com. He did an update. He just put it out today to kind of lay everything out. So if you're getting your information from other sources, I don't know why you are getting your information from other sources, because the man who is right in the mix of things told you exactly what's going on. Now, that is his limited information from his side. So I want to kind of explain a little bit of what's going on Google's side. And I know you guys are probably like, well, how do you know what's going on Google's side? Well, I don't talk about where I work on camera pretty much ever, and that's because I don't want my personal life going on camera. But I will go ahead and say that I have a really nerdy tech job. Yep, who would have thought? I have a really nerdy tech job. In fact, what I do is I build and manage databases and websites to go along with those databases. So who would have thought? Yes, I am a nerd. I said it before in a video. I don't think anybody believed me, but yes, I am a nerd. So now that we got that out of the way, I guess you'll probably understand why I know a little bit about what I'm talking about here. So I've got my phone with some notes that actually the conversation I had with Standing on Second, I figured I'd use this as my notes because I explained it really well. So why did Reid, Henrichs, and Shooter's Mindset get banned? I'll tell you why they got banned. Someone reported their video, and I'm sorry, not banned. I keep using that word. It's not a ban. It's a temporary suspension. Could potentially be a ban, but right now it is a temporary suspension. So why did they get their temporary suspension? Someone reported their videos and Reid tells what video his was. I don't remember if he says what it was reported for, but they reported it for some kind of violation of the YouTube user agreement. And so it was temporarily suspended. I don't know anything about this Shooter's Mindset, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess that it was the same people for the same reason. So if you guys remember a couple months back, the same thing happened to Hickok 45. And when I said that to Standing on Second, he immediately said it was Google, some issue with Google Plus. And but let's take a second here and realize that YouTube is Google. Google owns YouTube. So this is the same issue. It's just a different loophole that these people have found. So what is going on here is they reported this video. Now, coming from a technical aspect, which I'm sure a lot of my subscribers are not, because let's face it, just most of the world is not technically inclined. It's not anything against you guys. This is something I had to go out of my way to actively pursue as a career and learn. Like, this is not just something you pick up. So for some people it is, but for most of the world it's not. So the reason, so someone reported these videos, right, for some kind of violation of the user agreement, right? So now think about this from a technical aspect. Now every single video, and there's bajillions of YouTube users, everyone in the world uses YouTube, okay? So now every single person that uses YouTube has the ability to report a video, okay? Think about that for a second. Everyone in the world has the ability to report a YouTube video for some type of user agreement violation. Now think about all the idiots in the world, people that just hate our type of living, that just don't like us just because we like guns, okay? That's a lot of people. You probably know a lot of them personally. Now, there's more than those guys you know in the world. There's tons of these people. They're everywhere. They're retarded. They're just everywhere. I don't know why they're there, but they're there. They just seem to exist for some reason. I don't get it. Anyways, so one of these people reported Shooter's Mindset and Reid Henrichs videos. Now, YouTube has to react to that. How does YouTube react to that? Are they gonna pay a person to audit every single video that gets reported in the entire world? Are they gonna do that? No, they're not. That's not cost efficient. They would be losing money on YouTube, and YouTube wouldn't exist. Let's face it, if they're not making money off YouTube, there's no reason for it to exist. So, what's the next alternative? Write a program to do it. Okay, so now we have a program auditing a video. Think about that for a second. A program, a computer that is created to do one thing. It only does one thing. It doesn't know, it didn't go to school. It only knows what the programmer, the person that created it, it only knows what that person told it. All right? So now we have this one narrow-minded program. It's not a person auditing videos. Okay? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize how that could be flawed. All right? So now we have programs auditing these videos that jackasses are reporting. So, in this being such a complex thing, it's gonna fail. At some point, it's gonna fail. It's going to fail. That's as a programmer myself. I write programs, I build databases, I do all of this that we're talking about right now. I know that when I create something, at some point it will fail. There will be a glitch in it. I know that. That's why we do testing and beta testing and alpha testing, and we put it all through these rigor modes. We create something and then intentionally try to break it because we know that it's going to fail, so we have to find the failing points and try to fix them. So now we have an issue where the system failed on Reid and Shooting Mindset's videos. So what happens next? So it reported it found a violation. Because it failed, and so what happens next? Well, they have to temporarily ban the channel. They have to say, okay, our first line of auditing says this thing failed. For whatever reason, it said this video failed. So now we have to either remove the video or remove the channel. We have to say no for X amount of time until a human can look at it. That's the next step. A human will look at it. That's what we're doing right now. That's why when you watch Reid's video, he says that he called Google and he talked to a very nice lady and she's working on it. What she's doing is she's sending on the information that Reid gave her, and she's sending it down the totem pole, or up the totem pole in this case, because she answered the phone, so she's just customer service. Sorry, customer service people, that's just how it rolls. I was customer service at once upon a time too. So now it's going up the totem pole for people to human eyes to look at this video and make sure that it's okay. Now this is the exact same thing that happened to Hitchcock 45. If you go back and look at all the videos that he made in the blog post, my battery's about to die, so hopefully it doesn't die in the middle of this. If you look at all the blog posts, he says that he reported it, Google's looking into it. So what they're doing is they're getting human eyes on it to check for violations. They won't find any violations and he'll get his stuff back. This is exactly what happened to Hitchcock 45. Now, of course, I could be wrong, and he could never get his information back. At that point, we know that I was wrong and that this is YouTube's fault. But we have to think about this. YouTube is the second biggest user of the internet in the world, in the entire world. The second biggest user of the internet. Not like users using the internet, of like internet broadband usage, like how much data is coming out of the YouTube website, okay? It's the second biggest. You know what the biggest is? Oh, the only website in the world above that? Google, google.com. So they have 1 and 2. The only way that they keep their power is that they don't chase away their subscriber base. So, now I'm gonna cut right here for a second so that hopefully I don't lose my memory. And I'll charge the battery a little bit and we'll come back and I'll explain a little bit more. Okay, so like I said, how do you keep that power that Google has now accumulated from being number 1 and 2 in the world? You don't alienate, you don't chase off your subscriber base. Why is that so important? Well, how do you make money on the internet? Everyone knows you make money off of ads, but how do you make money on the internet? Like you don't just put something on the internet and ad and then you make money off of it. That's not how it works. And I foolishly thought that too originally, but that's not how it works. Someone has to look at your ad. Okay, that makes sense. Well, how do you, so you just put something on there and now people look at it and it makes money. No, that's not true. I have babtactical.com. Granted, there's no ads on it, but if there was, I would still not be making any money because it gets 1 or 2 people looking at it in like 3 months. Okay, so I have ads on the internet. If I had ads on that website, I have a website on the internet, but if it had ads, it's still not generating money because no one's looking at it. Someone has to look at it. So how do you get people to look at it? You have a bunch of subscribers. That's how you make money. You generate traffic. That's how you make money on the internet. It doesn't matter if it's a website, if it's a YouTube video, if it's a blog, if it's a game, you put a game online. You only make money on the internet from mass amounts of people looking at your content. And then you sell advertisement space or anything like that. It's just the same way that TV works, except TV's got it down, like it's been around forever and everybody watches TV, so it's not something that you think about anymore, but it's the same way. If a channel on TV is not getting very many people watching it, no one's gonna buy advertisement space on that channel because no one's watching it. It doesn't make sense to. So it's the same thing. So that's why it is so important that YouTube and Google are number 1 and 2. They will keep that throne forever. Now that they are there and they're generating the money that they are, they will not lose that throne. Well, how do they really, like realistically, how do they keep that? They're going to keep it, but how do they do that? How do they execute that plan? They don't chase off their subscribers. They allow people to post YouTube videos of basically anything they want, as long as it's not going to be, conflict of interest. And that's understandable. It's their business. You have a cake business. You make cakes for people. Are you going to put an advertisement for the cake baker that's right down the street in your window? No, you're not going to do that. That's the same thing YouTube's doing. They're not going to allow you to sell your product that could potentially be a competitor to a product that they are selling advertisements to. Now you can still put this content on YouTube. They just don't let you they don't let you monetize that video. You can't monetize that video, which means that they don't pay you for it and they don't put advertisements on it. That makes sense, right? There's no complaints in that. You do the same thing with your company. We can't complain about that at all. Now, this is why websites like full30.com are so great, because what we're making is not going to be contradictory or competitive to basically any advertisement you'll ever see on full30.com. So that's why you don't really have to worry about this on full30.com. Now, to that note, full30.com is an invite-only website. Like, I can't post videos on full30.com because I've never been invited to it. I'd love to be, I just never have. So that being said, they're not going to invite somebody that will post videos that is competitive to their advertisements. And I'm not knocking them in any way. Again, that's their business. Why would they do that? I would do the same thing if I was in their shoes. So that's why you'll never see like a pro Hillary channel on, which thank God, you'll never see a pro Hillary channel on full30.com. It just wouldn't fucking make sense. So this is just part of the business. So what does this do? Why am I making this video? Why is this so important for you guys to know? Okay, so let's think about this. What's happening right now? Everybody is pissed off at YouTube. Everybody is mad at Google. Google is the bad guy right now because they're censoring the internet. When in reality, Google is one of the biggest corporations that I can think of that actually fights for internet rights. Okay, Facebook, no, not so much. What is the damn website? Google obviously is one that I can't think of the other website, but there's a couple big players on the internet that will go to bat. Apple is a good example of, like, with their security thing on unlocking the phone. These companies don't want the internet rights to be infringed on any more than we do, because they make money off of it. They want it to be free. There was a reason that when the internet was created, it was created the way it is, free. They gave it out for free. Go read about it. There's a company called W3. They used to be called, I don't remember what they used to be called, but W3, World Wide Web, that's where it comes from. W3 is the creator of the internet. Everyone thinks that the government did it. I think the government did contract them to do it, but this company, W3, created the internet. They created almost all modern software that has to do with the internet, and they gave it to us for free, okay? These people want this stuff to be free and uncensored. That's how they make money off of it. So, why is this important to know? Because right now, we, as the gun community, gun culture, whatever the hell you want to call it, we look like a bunch of conspiracy theorists, tin hat wearing motherfuckers right now. We look like a bunch of idiots, and we're pointing the finger at YouTube, when really this is the left party. I think Standing on Second, he even said that one of the emails told you exactly who it was, and it was like mothers demand attention or some crap. I'm not gonna say that that's fact, because that's me hearing it from someone else that heard it from someone else. Okay, so we don't know that's fact, but this is the reality of what's going on here. Some internet jackass troll reported these videos, and now we're backlashing at Google for this, when really in all reality they're working right now to fix the problem. Now this is basically what these guys have done, is hacked Google. They're not programming hacking, they're just hacking. Instead of hacking the program, they're attacking the rules that the program has been programmed to follow. So they're attacking the rules. They don't know how to program. They're not hackers like that. They're hacking what they know will work. This is the exact same thing that Anonymous does. When you hear Anonymous took down a website, all they're doing is going to the website a million times. They just go to the website over and over and over and over. And what that does is your computer sends a little ping, a little like sonar, to that website server. And now the server has to send one back. And then that's how you get internet on your computer. That's how you get the website on your computer. So it's like boom, boom, boom. So when Anonymous wants to take down a website, what they do is they get like a bazillion people online, a bazillion anonymous members. Sorry guys, my battery finally died, and so I'm just gonna finish this with my phone. So what I was saying is when you see that Anonymous is taking down a website or they're attacking a website, the way they do that is they get 1,000 or however many they can gather and rally to their cause, of anonymous members online all at one time, and they have this program that sends the sonar that I was explaining, the sonar, beacon, if you want to call it. It's called an internet packet, if you're interested in Googling it, and I'm going to tell you what it is. That way I don't have to keep trying to explain it like sonar. It's called an internet packet. So they get 1,000 of their members online, and they have this program that sends the internet packet over, basically at the speed of light, as fast as it possibly can. And it's set up in a loop so that it will just fire these things off at the speed of light as fast as it possibly can. So they have 1,000 people on the internet sending these over at the speed of light, and what happens is the server that puts the website online can't handle all that traffic, and it just turns off. It can't handle it, so it just shuts down. The only way to combat that is to try to beef up your server's internet power. So like, you pay $30 and you get the medium package of internet from your internet provider, but you could pay $60 and get a little bit better download speed and stuff like that. That's how you combat what Anonymous does. You get that better package of internet, and you get better internet speeds and things like that, so that it can try to keep up with Anonymous. But eventually, it doesn't matter how good your internet is. If you got enough people sending enough of those packets, eventually it's going down. So that's what these guys are doing. They're not. It's not YouTube. It's not Google. Hating on our community or our gun culture or whatever you want to call it. It's not that. It's these fucking liberal bastards that hate us for some reason, because they're so uneducated and they're scared of us, and it's ridiculous. So the point of this video is that we don't need to take this out on Google. Reid's channel will come back. Actually, I just got a text from Standing on Second. It looks like the Shooter Mindset website has come back up as I was making this video. So as I'm making this video, I'm being proven right. So keep that in mind. Yeah, so don't freak out. The reason why this one is slightly different than Hickok 45s, the reason when he got the temporary suspension, the reason it's different is because I suspect Google found the loophole, found a way to fix the loophole that they used against Hickok 45, and they fixed that loophole so it can't be used again. So that's why this one's slightly different. Now, long term, what does that mean? Nothing really. If these guys are persistent enough, like I said earlier, your program always breaks. They will find another loophole. They will do it again. Maybe not to the same channel, but this will happen again. And hopefully Google will just keep fixing these problems. It's the best they can do. Now, why do I still say that websites like Full30.com is better? Ultimately, websites like Full30.coms aren't actually better, but they're better for us because they allow us to post our content, and it's not going to contradict their business because they built their business around our content. So if you've never heard of Full30.com, you should go over to that website. It's YouTube for us. It's YouTube for us. Go support that. The biggest complaint I see about Full30.com is they don't have an app, so you can't download the app for your phone. Well, the reason they don't have a fucking app is because you fuckers aren't going over to that website and using them and letting them earn enough money to pay a developer to build the app. If anybody at Full30.com is watching this, hey, I will sign up. I never built an app, but I'll figure it the fuck out. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, if you don't like this video, whatever, please share it so we can try to spread some of this knowledge that I've just laid out for you guys, so that we don't look like a bunch of conspiracy theorists, tin hat wearing idiots. Because ultimately that's part of their goal, is to make us go at YouTube and make us just look bad. Because that's the stereotype they try to portray from us. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to check us out on all the social media, Facebook, Instagram, and then also Standing on Second. He's got a good YouTube channel. He's on Facebook, Instagram, and I think he's also on Twitter. Thanks for watching.